Why so serious? And welcome to the Warp Forge with another Arkham Files. Going again with the theme of the Joker's gang, we have Heath Ledger's Joker. Now, Heath Ledger's Joker is one of my favourite iterations of his acting portrayals in live-action films. So, his role's very different to the Joker's, which is good because we all like variety in our games. So, what does he actually contribute? Well, we'll get into that. So, we'll go into the little titles things. It's simple 2+2 stuff, really. Name unknown, alias Joker, in brackets Heath Ledger, rank leader, affiliate Joker. 2 and 2 make 4. If you got mashed beans, baked potatoes, and plastic bags wrapped round with inside a blender, then you've gone horribly wrong and horribly off mark. So, we'll go on to his stat line. His stat line is Strength 4+, Willpower 8, Movement 2, Attack and Defense 4, Endurance 8, and Special 3. All pretty standard for a leader. Tough, durable, flexible enough to get what he wants done, and he has the willpower most certainly. I have a Coke. So, personal traits. This is where he starts to flesh out. So he has luck, so you can spend special counters to reroll any dice for whatever reason, and can also spend special counters to force the opponent to reroll to hit rolls. Trickster, so like for his henchmen, like for any henchman on himself, he can rearrange counters before he makes any actions. He has Chaos Agent, so again, takes a turn out your opponent and also gives all his henchmen Trickster, so before they make any actions, they can rearrange the counters at the start of their activation. He has, and this is where it starts to become apparent of what he does, he has Undercover. So Undercover basically means that if he gets deployed last, as the last mini, and you elect to use this rule, you get to deploy him last, but he gets an extra 20 centimetres of distance for plus on top of whatever distance he has. And then he has Psycho, so his willpower's not altered in any way, shape or form, so Crane's Fear, Toxin and Poison Ivy Shenanigans has no effect on him. Pardon me. So, already, tough bugger. So, and this is where it becomes really fun as well. He has a special trait, Henchman Bomb, because Joker's got to make that phone call. So, for 2 special counters, once per game, the Joker can select one of his henchmen, place an explosive template on the henchman, roll to wound for every miniature, partially or wholly underneath the template. On a 2-up, the wounded miniature receives 3 blood damage and removes the selected Joker's henchman as a casualty. So you are giving your opponent victory points for the casualty, but 3 blood damage, and depending on position of the model, can be very effective and very, very harsh. So, how much rep is he? Well, he's 80 rep and he's 0 funding, so he's one of the cheapest Jokers in the Joker gang. We'll go for his weapons now. Custom gun. It does 2 blood damage, it's rate of fire 3, so potentially up to 6 blood damage. Ammo 2, and his special is a firearm with medium range. So he damages on a 2-up, and he has up to 40 centimeters range under the effects of light and whatever. So he doesn't have any total vision, doesn't have any night goggles, so if he wants 40 centimeters instead of the usual 30 for line of sight, because, Batman's always played at night, because that's when the bat comes out, then you are going to want a lot of lampposts. So, what else does he do? Well, what's his strengths? What's his synergies? Well, his synergy is basically to produce a threat range. You leave him undercover, you deploy all your gang, you deploy this guy, 27 meters plus whatever deployment distance. Technically speaking, you've got 60 centimeters threat range, 40 centimeters plus 20 for the undercover, then whatever on top of that from deployment, because in the Batman Miniatures game rulebook, all missions vary for deployment distance, because everyone has different deployment. So, he is basically a massive threat range. That's his shtick. You have him there, you deploy him, you rush all your henchmen forward around him with stuff. Your opponent will be cautious because they don't want to be hit by that gun with potentially 6 blood damage. But you can only remember to fire that twice in a game. So you might want him on a high vantage point, but that could be very premature for deployment because that will usually matter more in the late game. So that's Joker's main point. You've got to think about them in the late game. He's got his knife. It's a 4-up to reroll onto wound, so you're doing good stuff then. He can work with his henchmen. Obviously, he can give inspire, and he can give extra counters because he's a leader rank. But usually he can hold his own to an extent. I've had a game where I was against Liam Neeson's Ra's al Ghul, and he was the last miniature on the board, and he was just defending himself, laughing as he does, spend those special counters, forcing Liam Neeson to re-roll dice rolls. Again, he's a dirty fighter. Because this town deserves a better class of criminal. So yeah, Joker really, really likes being dirty. What's his weaknesses? Well, again, like any other Joker, you focus on his henchmen, they start whittling down and dying, he becomes less powerful himself, and he'll go into a more defensive stance. So make sure you've got them. Make sure you have something for a plan for them to go by. Otherwise, if you're just going to throw random clowns everywhere, it's not going to work. One of the best things about Joker to do, though, is if you've got your cheapest henchman, say like Guy with Shield or Guy with a Knife from the starter set, throw him up, get him knocked out, then explode him. Set 3 blood damage around a load of henchmen. That will reduce 1 point of willpower from those henchmen. Then finish those henchmen off with more expensive henchmen like axe goons, assault rifles, shotguns, Master of Ceremonies, Titan, Clown Thugs, whatever you name it. That's quite a fun thing. In addition, there's the recent Dark Knight Rises rule. I think what could be a fun list that a lot of you are talking about now is having 3 flyers, the small robots, flying up everywhere, having the henchman bomb goes off, kill the clown. Then you've got all these other little bombs that you can send in, weakening, peppering around with more willpower reducing, and then go off the axe clowns and the Titan thugs and the free agents and whatever. Again, when I said that luck helps a lot, it does, but it's always nice to have some backup. Harley doesn't really do much for this Joker. She likes to cripple enemies, but this Joker really doesn't really cripple enemies. He just buffs and shoots up things. He'd rather kill them than slowly whittle them down. So I would say that your best bet is to go with Mr. Hammer, have a bodyguard around him. So if he does take a bit of damage, Mr. Hammer takes it instead, keeps him alive, because you don't want to give your opponent 6 victory points when they've been casualtied. So, and Mr. Hammer's a kick-ass in combat anyway, so if you've got somebody close by him, if anyone tries to get in combat with him, they've got to deal with Mr. Hammer. Mr. Hammer deals with his hammer, hopefully knocks out the henchman or whatever's tried to attack Joker. Then Joker can go around with his knife and just stab, kill the guy, get some victory points. So make sure you've got this Joker covered, because he is powerful, but he's not. He wants to be a lone wolf, but he doesn't, if that makes sense. So make sure you have Mr. Hammer around him. Harley, if you find a way to work with her, you can use her, but she works better with other Jokers and doesn't necessarily gravitate towards this one, in my opinion. That's basically it on this Joker for Heath Ledger. Personally, I love him. When I used him in my first ever tournament, I used him because I was already kind of sick of how everyone was saying, like, Arkham City Joker's the best and stuff. And I came about like 4th or 5th, I think, if I remember correctly, in the tournament, with him and Killer Croc and a few other clowns like Borgon and the Two Axes and some other clowns and stuff. It was actually quite refreshing and I really enjoyed it. But him with Croc, that was a deadly combo actually, because I basically just filled up on strategies with sewers, made a giant deterrent to go on back claws or anything, and just popped Croc up, soaked up a load of damage. He killed a load. Cannibal. Now this is back in the early days of when the rulebook first came out, like for a proper release, not the free PDF format, and it was generally very enjoyable. So this Joker also gets a little bit of relaxing variety into adding free agents as well, because he does have Chaos Agent, but he's not like Arkham City Joker who wants, or maybe the Killing Joke Joker who wants a load of henchmen. So a little bit of variety if you like your free agents. Same with the leader variant of Arkham Knight's Harley, which I'll hopefully get to once I get the actual product. Because I am planning on getting it because I want that chainsaw goon so badly. Because, you know, mad clown with chainsaw screaming and yelling and laughing at the top of his lungs. Come on, that doesn't sound awesome. So, that's Heath Ledgers' Joker. If you enjoyed what you listened to and you want to listen to more, then please subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do more Joker releases when I get them, and hopefully more and all in total. If you liked what you heard, then give it a like. If you've got any friends or if you found this advice helpful, then please share this video out there, get the name out there, and hopefully provide some starting foundations for your friends. See how this Joker goes along. That's all I can really say at the moment, so thank you for watching. This is the Warp Forge signing out, and remember, keep on forging.